Hello. He is Ken. He loves making things. He likes making things out of paper. And makes things cooler. Especially his figures.
Hey Kevin, I have been narrating my own videos for a while now. I'll take over from here, thanks. I also love using everyday tools and materials to recreate iconic scenes from my figures, so they can shine on my display. Subscribe to my channel and join my DIY adventure as I ask myself the same question every week. Can I make it? Last week, I made the Disney Plus home screen to recreate the fourth wall breaking scene from She-Hulk. It was so fun. Check it out. Initially, I really had no plans on getting the She-Hulk figure, because there was no one to display her with. I do have a Hulk, but he's currently doing a fist bump with Hulkbuster. That said, there are two distinctively unique scenes in the show that I want to recreate. I've already done the Disney Plus home menu last week. It is a pretty small, simple display, yet I love it so much. This other scene is what made me want to buy the She-Hulk figure. She-Hulk stormed into Marvel HQ to confront the writers about the show's terrible ending, and realized she had to go talk to the person in charge, K.E.V.I.N. K.E.V.I.N was not what I expected at all. I thought K.E.V.I.N was going to be played by a human, but I'm glad they made it into an AI robot. They added so much personality to this robot. I love the little judgy squint it did. Another reason why I love this scene is because I can totally picture myself recreating it. So, can I make it? Starting with the design. There aren't a lot of references out there, but from what I gathered, K.E.V.I.N appears to be a sphere, but only a half sphere. Its main body? It's more like a computer tower, and there are these boxy server or computer drives attached to the side. It is being held up in the air by a robotic arm that kinda goes into the void. I'm gonna have to modify my version to keep K.E.V.I.N up in the air. I don't want to have a stand underneath K.E.V.I.N, even if it's clear, cause that will break the illusion. So I'm gonna have to attach it to the screens at the back. Speaking of screens, this is the perfect opportunity for me to put some of my favorite dioramas on the screens instead. I want to keep this display relatively small, since She-Hulk will be the only one on it. That means I can only showcase 4 images on the screen. And there are also these tower displays of some sort. These contain comic book covers. I'm gonna swap them out with my mini posters instead. I've been designing one every month for over a year now, so I have plenty to choose from. Alright, let's build. Let's start with K.E.V.I.N. Cut. I'm glad it's not a complete sphere, because that would be a pain to fold and glue. K.E.V.I.N is pretty boxy overall, and is kinda made out of separate pieces. That means I don't have to try and glue everything together all at once, and instead I can work on the sections individually and glue them all together later. Alright, time to work on the rounded section. Rounded surfaces are much harder to fold and glue, especially if it's an enclosed object. Luckily, this is only a half sphere. That makes it so much more manageable. Oh, there are also these tiny monitors on the sphere, so let me glue them on. Okay, I got the most challenging part done. The last 2 bits are super easy. They are basically just 2 rectangular boxes. Boxes are probably the easiest thing to fold and glue. Look, I added a small cover here so you can see the exposed wires on the inside. Nice. Oh, can't forget his face. Because the face is pretty much made out of a bunch of circles, I figured 3D modeling wouldn't be the right approach. And when I say circles, I mean it. The top half is a circle, the bottom half is also a circle, the cap part is a half circle, and the lenses are just a bunch of circles stacked together. Done. Now onto the arm. This piece is crucial. It needs to be strong enough to hold up K.E.V.I.N, which shouldn't be too difficult since it's all made out of paper. It won't be heavy at all. But because the arm's also made out of paper, it may not be strong enough. But I have faith. The downside is that I won't be able to adjust K.E.V.I.N's height once everything's attached, but I do want to see if I can at least turn K.E.V.I.N left and right, so it's not stuck. That is why I added the toothpicks, to hopefully be able to swivel K.E.V.I.N in some way. Okay, let's put all the individual parts together. Time to put the face on. Boop! Oh, K.E.V.I.N has arms. I'm gonna use paper clips for them. It's so cute. And last but not least, the half sphere. Ta-da! That looks so awesome. For the screens, obviously I'm including Scarlet Witch and Wondergore. I included my Shang-Chi and Wenwu display too because I love that display. The only issue is that it's oversized and cannot fit into my usual display cabinet. Black Widow on Vormir is one of my earlier dioramas. It's so beautiful. And of course, the snap from Iron Man in Endgame. I love how photorealistic Tony looks. Doesn't even look like a toy anymore. I'm adding a bit of support to the screens so I can attach K.E.V.I.N onto it. There's so many other cool photos I want to showcase on the screens. Here are 4 more that I really like. Oh man, it's so hard to choose which set I like more. I'm gonna go with the one with Wanda, because Wanda. Alright, let's put K.E.V.I.N on and hope it works. Okay, I added a bit more support and it works. K.E.V.I.N has been successfully installed. Time to put everything onto the base. I do want to add a base to this display because I want it to feel like a room with a glass floor. Actually, you know what? It looks a little too crowded, even though it's just one bigger. Okay, fine, I'll use a bigger board. This size will still fit into my display cabinet. The glass floor in the scene has this circular design. I won't be able to cut the perfect circles by hand, so I'm going to use my laser engraver to do that for me. I received this laser engraver a while back, and I used it to make the Wakanda throne and Namor's Telecom throne as well. I love that it can do very specific things that I can't do by hand, but I don't really know what else I can make with this. Let me know if you have ideas. Alright, it's done cutting. I still want to reuse the frame as the base, but there's a giant hole there now. So let me cover it up with a piece of cardboard, and I'm gonna paint the whole thing black. Bam! Done. Now all I need is the glass. I don't have any glass or acrylic sheets, but I do have these shrink plastic sheets. That'll do. Oh, I almost forgot the towers. Let's build them.
Hey Ken. It's already Saturday. You still need to edit and upload the video. Let's skip to the final display.
Oh, okay. Here it is, all finished. Oh my god, I love this. And I thought I wouldn't be able to top the Disney Plus display. Every time I make a diorama display, I keep feeling like it's the best thing I've ever done, and would just repeat the same thing over and over again. But no, I somehow always end up trying new things with these displays. When I first started, I used styrofoams and hot glue regularly, and recently I started using things like resin and clay. But if there's one material that's been constant since the beginning, it's paper. It's just so versatile in my opinion. I can make a van, I can make a citadel, and I can even build robots with it. What do you think of my K.E.V.I.N display? Do you like it? Let me know down below. Alright, let's end this with the photo shoot. I wasn't planning on making such a big display for She-Hulk, but K.E.V.I.N is too cool and important for the MCU. I'm gonna make it as grand as possible. And I guess I can have other characters here too, like Daredevil. This is the only Daredevil figure I have, so I'm not gonna paint it yellow and red. I prefer the Netflix colors more. Alright, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate all your support. And as always, stay inspired and I'll see you next week. I can make it, so can you.